All opinions are those of the participants making them and are not an endorsement of any position, program, religion, or political affiliation. DFG's Corner is for information, observations, and entertainment. I ask that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hey everybody, this is DFG, the man with the golden voice, lady's choice, and smooth as a Rolls Royce. I'm coming to you live from the 571 where I'm having fun and I'm getting things done. How's everything going today? Not really okay, but I'll get over it. A lot of things happened over this weekend. As y'all know, it was a Memorial Day. My, Sunday was my mother's 16th accession. Also, I had ear infections. That was fun. Slept for like 2 days. And I also had to leave work today for health issues. So this weekend has not been what I would like it to have been, but I'm still here. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there in TikTok land, in Facebook land, in IG land, and of course, YouTube and Facebook land. And I'm today I might be winging a little solo, but I always have the crew that's always here with me. I got on the ones and twos. She's here a lot. It's our resident thespian. Come on, Miss Summer, holla at your boy.
Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Speedy recovery, DFG, speedy recovery.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Um, Also, I have Miss Carmen. She's been coming in the last couple of weeks. How are you doing today?
All is well. All is well.
And we have a newcomer from down there in lovely Petersburg, Virginia. Her name is Margot. How are you doing, Miss Margot?
Good evening. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you for coming on. I also have usually in YouTube land, I usually have Miss Nikki. If Miss Nikki, if you're there, put a thumbs up in the box. Well, today I want to talk about and everybody's heard of the Diddy trial. I'm not going to talk specifically about the Diddy trial, but although it does have something to do with what's going on with today's subject. Today's subject is difficult relationships and how people find ways to remove themselves from those said situations. Um, we looked at, if you haven't heard, Cassie, the woman who sued him for a bunch of money and was with him for years, sued him for the things that helped get him put behind bars. Now, do I believe that he did everything they said he did? I'm going to say yes. I believe 99% of it. However, he's innocent until proven guilty. But the stuff that came out in that first week and a half, OMG, it was the stuff I can't. My channel would get banned if I even talk about half that stuff. Well, needless to say, over the week of testimony by Miss Cassie, a lot of things kind of came out. The stuff he made her do, and how she was with her current husband and still going to freak offs. You know, there's two ways to look at it. You could say that she developed Stockholm syndrome. The money was good, the fame was good. He said he probably coerced her to do some things. I'm sure of that. But after a while, you get to those situations where everything is not good, but it's not bad enough for you to leave. Am I making sense? Anybody? Miss Carmen?
Repeat that.
All the things that's been going on, a person in a difficult situation in their relationship, whether it be dating, marriage, or whatever kind of situationship you have. It's not all good. It's not all good, but you find it difficult removing yourself from the situation, especially if there are others involved, i.e., kids, money, things of that nature. Um, if you are you familiar with what happened on with his trial?
No, I'm not even following that.
Okay, it's a lot. If you get a chance, just peruse what the stuff's been going on so far. Listen on TikTok, you'll find a lot. Miss Summer, I know you know what's up with this cup what's up with this.
Yes, I do. And it is a hot mess. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. Two things I just want to point out about this, without it pertains to the trial, but it just pertains to everyday life and things that we see, um, or experience. Um, Women will do things for their man because they love them and they want them to be happy. They want to please them. They don't want them to go anywhere else. And they will stick it out and do certain things to show that they're ride or die, even though they can't stand it and they hate it. Um, One thing that stuck out to me was that she, to me, seemed like she got turned out. And, some in the beginning, she was down for all of that stuff. And then after a while, she was like, no, I'm done, or, this is too much, or it's okay, uh, all right, we can calm down now. But his appetite was so strong that she didn't want to leave him. So she would just go along with everything. So love will make you do some crazy and sad things. That's
Is
one
that
thing.
love though, Miss Summer? Is that love or is that codependence?
I think it was a mixture of both. I do believe she thought that she loved him. However, when she got with him, she was so young. So I don't even know if she fully knew what love is. I do know, like, when you first start, when you're young and you start in a relationship, you may do things that you don't like just to make the other person happy, or, to please them, or, you know what I mean? Because you want, but you don't get anything out of it. But I think it was so repetitious that over time, people will do things just so that the person that they're with won't stray. And you see a lot of things like that as well. But he got to her young. He
But
got
he
to that girl.
but she knew who he was though. That's what gets me. She knew who he was. And I understand the young part. We talked about that. Remember, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. A 19-year-old female is a girl, an 18-year-old male is a man. So that's how it seems to be. But my thing is that even if you were experiencing that stuff, could you find yourself trying to extricate yourself once you get tired of it? Because, like you said, obviously she reached a point where she didn't want to do it no more. He probably was applying pressure to have her keep doing it. And of course,
Right.
he got
Well,
intoxicated a lot.
right. Well, her husband made a statement, and he came out, he says, listen, a lot of people want to say I came in and I saved Cassie and I took her out of that life. He said, Cassie saved Cassie. She had enough. She went in and, behind the scenes, she got therapy, she sought help, so she put in the work to have a better life and to be different and to break away from that lifestyle. She'd been there, done that. She sounded like she really didn't have no regrets. Yep, she was down for whatever and she did whatever she did, but it came to a point where she was like, I can't do this anymore. Now, all the STDs and, just doing outlandish and outrageous stuff, that's a lot of wear and tear on your body. And so you thinking about bringing children in the world, you got to think about what is now what you can transfer to your kids and all of that stuff. So she wanted to be a mom, but the husband says she did it. She did all of that on her own. That was something.
On the behalf of myself, DFG, Chocolate Pearl, Apple, and Bean, we want to thank you for watching our show. Please come back, like, share, and subscribe. Peace.